Morning. Adoptive Family, Jessica Pagan. Best Foot Forward, Debbie Elman.
Present online.
Best Foot Forward, Cameron Sparnetti. Black Chambers,
Present.
welcome. Black Chamber of Commerce,
Present in person.
Card at FAU, Sabrina DeGoges.
Present online.
Card at FAU, Jack Scott. Coalition for Black Student Achievement, Dr. Deborah Robinson.
Present online. Thank you.
Coalition for Black Student Achievement, Jacqueline Calloway. Compass, Amanda Canetti. Compass, Rex Barnes.
Present online.
Connect to Greatness, Dr. Cassandra Corbin Thaddeus. Connect to Greatness, Andre Thaddeus.
Present online.
District ESE Advisory Committee, Kimberly Spiral. District ESE Advisory Committee, Michelle Beatty. Awesome. Division of Blind Services, Cesar Vigo. Economic Council of PBC, Craig McKenzie.
In the bathroom.
Craig McKenzie. El Sol Jupiter, Suzanne Whitebeck. Florida Hispanic American Chamber of
You need a t-shirt box today?
Congress. Pagan.
Mr. Eddie Rhodes, would you please put it on mute?
Sure. Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, Juan Pagan. Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, Evelyn Vargas. For the Children, Reggie Dorndies. Gold Coast Down Syndrome, Sue Davis Killian.
Present online.
Guatemalan Maya Center, Marina Blanco. Mariana, thank you. Guatemala Maya Center, Mariah Cardenas. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Maria Antuning. Hispanic Education Coalition, Dr. Gabrielle Mendez. NACP South PBC Branch, Derek Strong. Diedrich Strong. PBC Council of PTAs, Charmaine Posel. PBC Council of PTAs, Marcus Brown.
Present online. Good morning.
Good morning. PBC Human Rights Council, Yvonne Gordon.
Present in person.
Tri-City Education Committee, Eddie Rose.
Present online.
Tri-City Education Committee, Mary Evans. Urban League of PBC, Vincent Barbiera. She's here, she's present online. I saw her log in. Volunteer Association of America, Mr. Pierre, Waldeline Pierre.
Good
Willeen,
morning, Miss Whitland. Chair, I'm here.
welcome. Volunteer Association of America, Carlene Paul. Classroom Teacher Association, Gordon Long Hoffer. That's 1, 2.
Ms. Hicks, a couple people came in after we started.
Okay.
If you came in after we started roll call and you weren't called on, can you just announce that you're here?
Suzanne Whitbeck, El Sol.
Thank you. Got you. Anyone else?
I thought I saw somebody else. Vincent is online.
Good morning. Good morning, Keith. I'm not sure if you called Urban Lead already, but
We did
I
call
was
you,
having
yeah.
difficulties with my speaker. I couldn't hear. I see mouth moving, but I couldn't hear anything. So,
Okay,
but I'm here with Urban Lead.
yes. Thank you. That was Vincent. We got you. Sabrina DeGoges. Did you mark her?
Yes, online.
You did get her already? Okay, I'm trying to see if somebody else. Jessica Bagan, I think, came in.
No, I did not get Jessica.
Jessica, can you hear us? I think I see you on there. Jessica, if you can hear us, we can't hear you. It looks like we have plenty for a quorum, Madam Chair, Vice Chair.
Thank you so much. Good morning. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for April?
Move to approve.
That is by,
Mr. Rhodes?
and a second?
Seconded, Rex Barnes.
Thank you so much. Motion has been second. All those in favor? Opposers? The motions have been entered into the minutes. We are moving on the agenda for public comments.
No, I do want to introduce, if you want to go ahead, we have a new member coming. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself first. So that you'll go for board approval June 4th.
Hi there, my name's Avian Gordine. I will be the rep for PBCHRC, pending approval. And
Well, we're glad to have you June 4th, but we're glad you're here as well today. So many of you know Emmy Kenny, who's been around a long time with us, is being replaced. So we're glad to have you.
Welcome.
Avian Gordine.
Avian, welcome.
Anyone online who is not recognized? Thank you. We have no one for public comments, online or in person. We will move the agenda. Report for the ad hoc subcommittee.
Hello, that is me.
Thank you,
So-
Sue.
Hi. We met this morning before the meeting. It was a little bit of a short meeting because we had a few IT difficulties getting it started. So, but the district has provided us, the subcommittee, a lot of data that we had requested on students who made, both the schools and the teachers who had students that made, started at level 1 on the FAST and then went up to a level 2 or 3. So in between now and our next meeting, the subcommittee is going to be kind of reviewing that data, cross-referencing it with the data on from the school effectiveness survey to see how school culture is affecting those gains, and also school demographics. And then we'll move forward from there.
Thank you so much, Ms. Davis. Any questions? Seeing none, do we take a approval for it? No, thank you. We are moving on the agenda for new business. We have summer programs, Ms. Kawana Howell, Director.
I just want to open this up first, Madam Chair. So, yeah, I have it up. So I think it's important for the different organizations to kind of know what's happening for summer and summer availability. So, in addition to Dr. Howell, who runs the Extended Learning Department, who's going to go through a presentation, we also have a guest from Palm Beach County. Elisa Kramer is Director of Youth Services Department, but representing is Dr. Twyla Taylor, who also works with the PACE Center. Not PACE, High Ridge. Sorry, Twyla. Who will also talk about some of the Palm Beach County Youth Services and what they're doing. So for your constituents and your communities, you're aware what is available. So Dr. Howell, I am gonna go ahead and turn it over to you. Do you want me to click or do you want to step over here? I'll let you click. Okay. All right.
So good morning. I just want to thank Mr. Oswald for giving me an honorary doctorate, but it's not Dr. Howell. It is Kiwana, but I'll take it. Thank you so much, Mr. Oswald. Next slide, please. So I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you as a district what we're providing to our students, our families, and our community. The Department of Extended Learning, our goal is to provide high-quality after-school programming and camps. When I mention camp, spring break camp, winter camp, and most importantly, summer camp. Our goal is to make sure that all of our students have a place to go, that they are safe, and that we are helping them to grow into healthy, responsible, and well-rounded individuals. As you see on the screen, there are 4 key areas that we target: academic enrichment and intervention, cultural arts experiences and activities, and opportunities to build life learning skills, physical education, sports, and active recreation. In this presentation, I'm going to break down the different areas within the department. We have 3 areas, which is our K-5, our 21st Century grant-funded programs, and also our middle school after-school programs. As you can see, we have a robust after-school program. We're one of the few districts in the nation that provides after-school programs and summer camp programs. Most district contracts out, so we have been innovative the past 20-plus years in offering summer camp and after-school programming for our students. As you can see, we have 93 elementary sites. We will be opening up a new site at the new elementary school, Saddleview, in August, with over 20,000 students that's represented just in the K-5 program alone. Our goal is to provide comprehensive training and ongoing support for our staff to make sure that they are equipped with the skills to support our students. We support our students, our traditional students, our non-traditional students, students with disabilities. We make sure that we provide wraparound services to be inclusive of all students that are registered during the school day so that they can have a meaningful transition to after school. Our goal is to also ensure that we offer student and staff engagement through enriching activities and meaningful connections. What that looks like is my department, we provide training, we go out, we assess, we provide support not only to the staff that are working to the students, but also to the principals, because the principals are very busy during the day. They want to make sure that they have a leader there can operate that program to make sure that not only are we adhering to district policy, but also state guidelines, and also with our partners such as Primetime and the Early Learning Coalition and CSC. For our K-5 programming, we are committed to academic support. Those are the 3 areas that we support, which is STEM in a Box, which is a new initiative that came about due to COVID. We are piloting that program in 35 schools with the opportunities to grow that program based on school requests to all 93 by the end of next year. We also have an Explore Literacy program. Our goal is to tackle to increase student achievement based on the school improvement goals and also our district strategic plan. We have our Spark program and ELOs, which is a signature for our programs as we continue to grow and build our partnership with Primetime Palm Beach County. And I serve also as a representative on that board to ensure that we continue the conversation to offer high quality programming for our students. Next slide, please. 21st Century CCLC, which is a grant which was authorized under Title IV, is a big part of my department. We offer this academic and enrichment opportunities for students who are in Title I schools. We have been very competitive We have the largest amount of 21st century awards in the state. We have been visited several times from other and outside providers to find out what is Palm Beach County doing to show the progress that they've made. I also want to toot our horns. During COVID, we offered a hybrid model. We knew that there were families that were scared to send their students to school. So I challenged my team. Not only did we offer in-person programming, we also provided virtual programming for those families that did not want to send their students to school. That involved ordering supplies and having a drive-through where families picked up those supplies so that as teachers provided instruction, they can actually have the supplies at home while the teacher provided instruction via Google Meets. Again, I want to tout that we have the largest number of programs awarded by the state. We have 17 grants that support 2,600 students at 38 schools throughout our district. Next slide, please. So this continues to kind of share some of our outcomes from this year that I'm very proud of. We have a new program this year where all of our students have new laptops for one-to-one during our out-of-school time programming. We introduced robotics curriculum. We also offered new reading and math curriculum through Age of Learning, and I'm very excited about the Age of Learning platform. I want to share and share a plug. Our site at UB Kinsey, we have a third grade class that started to use Age of Learning in February. During PM1 and PM2, those students remained at level 1. We started implementing Age of Learning in February. All of those students are now at level 3. So that is to the commitment of my team, with us being intentional about the programming that we are placing before our students to make sure, again, that we are accomplishing the district strategic plan outcomes and also the school improvement goals. We've also secured reading curriculum through Dreambox and Reading Park, and we're also making sure we're addressing students' health and wellness with Skills for Life and Learning through Charity for Change, which has been provided to us free of cost. Next slide, please. Our middle school after school has been around since 1995. As you can see through the legislation, it was initiated through a grant. Although that grant has transitioned, we no longer have that grant, the district has made a commitment to offer middle school after school programming for our students to keep them engaged and involved after 4 o'clock. So we have over 4,000 students in 35 of our comprehensive schools and 4 K-8 schools. As you can see on the screen, there are several areas that we target. Typically, we have a robust middle school after school program. We've implemented some new initiatives, and I'm excited about the manager that I'm working closely with to implement some of the things that you see. One is the virtual reality gaming. Students have kind of transitioned from robotics. They're really interested in the virtual reality gaming, and that is going to be a big push for us as we transition to the upcoming school year. Next slide, please. Summer camp programming. So right now, the only opportunities that we offer for summer camp and summer programming are for our K-5 and 21st century. For K-5 programming, we have 51 summer camps that are available. It is first come, first serve, and there's a $35 registration fee. Each site is most sites are currently accepting students if they have availability, but for the most part, our programs are highly sought after because of the cost. We're one of the cheaper options, but high quality options that are in the district. So our spaces fill up really, really quickly. Next slide, please. Areas of collaboration. With 21st Century, we're required to have a program team. That team consists of individuals from my department, as well as individuals from the community that helps us make informed decisions and advocates for our advocate for our families. And so we're looking for members of the community to be a part of this program team. So if you're interested, know of someone that's interested to be a part of this, they can reach out to me. Mrs. Simmons has my contact information. I would love to have more additional members on that team to support us as we support students and their families. Most importantly, community and family engagement is always important because it builds stronger home and school connections. So members can offer to provide training sessions for parents on topics based on the parent's choice. We are required to have 5 family engagement activities per year. And so we're looking for individuals to provide workshops and trainings on finances, home ownership, entrepreneurship, and also opportunities that will elevate student voices and promote leadership from within. Our goal is to build our students because they will become our next round of leaders, and they need to find their student voice and develop their leadership skills. Next slide, please. So how can you assist us in advancing this committee's goals? We were notified through the National After School Alliance email that we are tentatively will lose our funding for the next school year. Not this year, FY27, which means over 2,600 students in Palm Beach County will lose access to this program. So if you were to go to the National After School Alliance website, there is a form where you can send information to your local congressman to advocate and help us advocate to continue with this funding, because as you can see with what we've done at UB Kinsey, this program works, and it is an opportunity to keep our students safe. It gives them student voice, it builds their leadership, but most importantly, it helps us to increase their student academic achievement goals. And with that, that concludes my presentation, Mr. Oswald.
Thank you. Very informative. I'll turn it over to the chair for the
Any questions?
before we go to the next one?
Or
We have,
definitely something to be
Yes.
supported for FY27. We need to be conscious of that. We have any questions online?
yeah, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
That sounds very interesting, especially the part about reaching your congressman. Now, going to the website and all that kind of good stuff, is there any way that form could be, maybe get it to us, that we can distribute it if we don't have that?
Yes, Mr.
Technical
Rose, I
skill.
will share that link with Mrs. Simmons so that she can share it out with members of the committee.
That'll work. Thank you so much, dear.
You're welcome.
That was a senior citizen question.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Any other questions online? Marcus?
Yes, good morning, everyone. By chance, is there a demographic breakdown of the students that are served through this program? I'm curious, and the reason why I'm asking is because it's pretty interesting that the funding may go away for FY27, and I'm hoping that there's not a correlation with the demographics, but it's always good to know.
I don't have the breakdown of the demographics, but I can share with you all of our 21st century programs are at Title I schools. So you can kind of assess what the demographics are, but I can provide that information to Mrs. Simmons and share that out. But again, all of our 21st century programs are at Title I schools because that is a guideline that is established by the state.
Understood. Thank you.
You're
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Suzanne Whitbeck?
Hey, good morning. Thank you for the presentation. Amazing what you're accomplishing. And you might have just answered my question, but is this, you said, is this available in the Jupiter schools? I know we have Title I schools up there, but sometimes these programs don't make it all the way up there.
Yes, so typically what happens during the RFP process, the state provides guidelines regarding which schools we can look at. I don't know the correct terminology, so I'll ask Mr. Oswald to help me, like STNA, or it's certain schools based on the achievement levels, the scores.
Oh, okay.
And so that's it, TSI. So we look at those schools, and what we do is we reach out to principals to ask if they're going to be committed to this 5-year plan. So we have reached out principals. 95% of the principals say yes. But I will share with you, we do have community-based organizations that have memorandums of understanding with the district, such as the Boys and Girls Club, Mrs. Reggie Duvenice, who's on the call, who's at Barton. They also offer 21st Century, but is not affiliated with the district. Those are private providers that are providing that service through that private entity. So typically, we look at the list of schools. We rank the schools based on their scores. We reach out to principals. We ask if they're interested. If they say yes, we select them. If they say no, then we move on to the next school based on the list that we've developed. But I do know in Jupiter, there is one school, I believe it's Jupiter Elementary, that is being serviced by the Boys and Girls Club. They have a 21st
By the
century.
Boys and Girls, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then community-based organizations could potentially partner to provide this also.
They can if they were to submit an RFP when it's released by the state.
Okay, all right.
Do you know which?
Thank you.
Off the top of your head, which ones have them in Palm Beach County?
21st Century. Boys and Girls Clubs, all the schools in the Glades, Barton Elementary, Jupiter Elementary. There are several high schools also on our list. Pretty much all the Boys and Girls Club have 21st Century programs.
Yes, the Glades have them, all else, I'm on the board.
Bear Lakes Middle. Seminole Trails is our program. So we have district 21st Century programs, and the community-based organization, they offer 21st Century as well. Yes, when you go to our after-school site, you have a list of all of the CBOs, but it doesn't indicate which programs offer 21st Century. You would have to reach out to those individual programs and ask if they offer 21st Century. And just to let you know also, with our 21st Century programs, we do have to open it up to the community. So during the summer, our programs are open to students who attend charter schools or private schools if they choose to participate in our programs.
So if I'm a parent and I can't afford after school, but I need extended hours for work, what do I do? Or who can help me?
They will reach out to their individual school site and talk to the after-school director. The after-school director will share information with them regarding the community organizations that offer scholarships and subsidies for students to receive funding to participate in our programs. If they do not, then we recommend that they look at 21st Century if there is availability. Most of our 21st Century programs are at capacity. They fill very quickly, and when a student transitions out, we then call the next student on our wait list to make sure that we have 60 students in every program full. I think the only school is Forest Park. They have 100 students enrolled in their 21st Century program.
I do have a question for you. You mentioned about the RFP that community organizations could request for. When typically during the calendar year would that notice come out so they could possibly become a provider?
Well, with the state now, it depends.
Depends.
It usually comes out January, February, but there's been a lot of turnover and different individuals leaving in and out. So it's hard to say. Between January, I would say, and March of every year is typically when we receive notification that they're requesting RFPs. I'm sorry.
Just to add to that, the concern, however, those are federal funds, Title IV, that are passed through the state, and if you've been seeing what's happening with doging the government, probably the future's uncertain.
Thank you so much. Any other questions or comments? Honorary Dr. Howell, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for your presentation. It was very much worth the while to hear. And as we're working to support for the 27 school year, we all can report back to our organizations and make sure that we tout the good things that are happening in our communities and in our school. Moving on the agenda, Department of Supplemental Services. I believe you said there was someone else representing. Was that Dr. Twyla or?
Yeah, Dr. Twyla Taylor for Palm Beach County
Youth
Services.
Okay, and then Miss Elisa Kramer.
Ms. Kramer's not here, so Twyla, I saw you on earlier. You there, Dr. Taylor?
Yes, I'm here on Elisa's behalf.
Thank you so much. You have the floor.
Okay. Well, hi everyone, and happy Get Your Green On Day. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share information about the Youth Services Department. As you may know, the Youth Services Department was created in 2015 in response to the Sandy Hook shooting and as a way to bring youth-serving organizations funded by the county under one umbrella. Our mission is growing brighter futures by providing quality services, education, and access to resources and opportunities. And this year, YSD celebrated our 10-year anniversary, which just happens to coincide with the 10-year anniversary of Get Your Green On. So we're proud about that. Next slide, please. Just to give you a little bit of an organizational structure, Youth Services has 3 divisions: finance, contracting, and administration, residential treatment and family counseling, of which I am the director of, and that's our direct care services. and our outreach and community programming sections, which is over all of the programs and initiatives throughout Palm Beach County. And they evaluate and allocate resources to support various evidence-based programs and promising practices serving youth ages 0 to 22 and their families, and tracks outcomes. Next slide, please. Also part of youth services is our Birth to 22 United for Brighter Futures. You know, if you guys can remember the Infant, Child, Youth, and Young Adult Symposium that was held in 2013, that led to the creation of YSD. It also led to the creation of the Birth to 22 United for Brighter Futures Alliance. So YSD is working in partnership with the Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County to serve, excuse me, as the backbone agency for the Birth to 22 Alliance. And this means leadership on the Birth to 22 Steering Committee, hosting the Birth to 22 Future Leaders Youth Council, the Girls Voice Task Force, and supporting teams formed to focus on the action areas cited in the original Youth Master Plan, as well as our most updated version of the Youth Master Plan 2.0. As you can see, the mission remains to support healthy growth and development and education of our children and youth, prenatal through young adulthood, so that they can graduate from high school and succeed in life. Committed to a common agenda, we are an alliance of community partners that engages and aligns existing coalitions, networks, system members, community members, youth serving organizations, as well as connecting with families, and most importantly, the young people directly. Next slide, please. The other really important aspect of our entire department is that we are certified in the sanctuary model of trauma-informed care. That means that we understand adversity is universal and that healing happens through fostering resiliency and developing healthy relationships. In 2016, we started the 3-year certification process for providing trauma-informed care. In 2019, High Ridge Family Center was certified. We then widened the scope for the entire department, and the entire department was certified in 2022. And literally next week is our recertification for the department-wide. And so we're looking forward to having some site visitors come for a few days and visit us. Next slide, please. Residential Treatment and Family Counseling Division, that's my division, and it is the division that provides all of the direct services, the direct mental health treatment. Our mission is to provide free, accessible, and professional trauma-informed mental health services and educational programs to youth and families of Palm Beach County to support healthy development and promote overall well-being. We offer a range of services from education and training to outpatient services, all the way to residential treatment. All services, like I said before, are trauma-informed, and they can be in person or virtual, and can be provided in Spanish and Creole at certain locations. I'm going to be reviewing each of the programs within RTFC separately, but before we dive into the individual programs, I wanted to review some of the common presenting concerns. Oh, and by the way, I don't think oh yes, I did say free. The services are free, no cost to the families. Next slide, please. So here on the list, you see, a list of, excuse me. Here on the screen, you see a list of some of our most common presenting concerns. A lot of these concerns are behavioral manifestations of trauma and adversity, and most concerns surface in the areas of home, school, or in the community with their peers. As you can see, the list is long, of course, not all inclusive, and issues and problems are often on a continuum. So depending on the level of severity as I was saying earlier, we can address the issues through education and prevention, either once per week outpatient therapy or through a 5-day per week residential program. So let's start at the beginning of the continuum of intensity with our education and training center. Next slide, please. Okay, so our Ed Center, as we commonly call it, offers evidence-based parenting classes. So a lot of times, maybe that's the first step, is to, do some education. We also offer various types of outpatient therapy for youth through the age of 22. And that includes family therapy, as well as individual therapy for ages 18 through 22. So they have the opportunity to consent for treatment and do not need their parent involved. On the other end of the spectrum, we offer parent-child interaction therapy, and that's an evidence-based model that's very successful. And the age range for that therapy is ages 2 through 7. So you can really start right at the beginning. We also offer comprehensive psychological evaluations, and most recently, we can now include the ADOS testing in order to be able to provide an autism diagnosis. Again, like, these services are free of charge, so we know how expensive some psychological evaluations can be. So this is definitely a bonus for any of our clients. Additionally, through our Ed Center, we offer CE presentations on clinical topics and provide community outreach. And the thing that I love also about our Ed Center is it's the hub of our clinical training program. So we're nationally accredited by the American Psychological Association to provide supervised training to master's, doctoral, and postdoctoral psychology training. And that really further supports the importance of growing our own behavioral health workforce here in Palm Beach County. Very, very important, because we know the workforce pipeline issue is a real thing. Next slide, please. So moving on to our youth and family counseling. This is a 3 to 4 month community-based program, and we have 4 offices located throughout the county, one in West Palm, one in Delray Beach, one in Palm Beach Gardens, and recently in Belle Glade, we moved into a brand new office space inside the Brumback Center in the Health Department building. It is absolutely beautiful and was long awaited. Our primary focus is providing family therapy, certainly because we believe that, the home, school, and social environments all impact the way a family functions. We offer limited individual therapy to those youth ages 18 to 22, again, who are maybe still at home or trying to launch. Another unique offering of our youth and family counseling program is that we have therapists who provide individual and group therapy services at 12 different schools within the district. So you might be most familiar with those services. So we typically have 14 schools, but we do have a vacancy right now. So as soon as that vacancy gets filled, we'll be back at 14 schools throughout the county. Okay. And I would say, lastly, we also collaborate with the 15th Judicial Circuit to offer our family violence intervention program for youth with first-time domestic violence charges. Successful completion of this program results in no charges being pressed and an opportunity for expunction of their record. So we know how quickly things can escalate when you're trying to take away a cell phone or have them not be on a gaming system. So this is an opportunity, if things do become physical, that hopefully they can advocate, and the state attorney will consider referring them to youth services for a diversion program. All right, next slide, please. Thank you. So High Ridge Family Center is our residential program. It's a 3 to 4 month, Monday through Friday, trauma-informed, voluntary residential program for youth ages 11 through 16. They can turn 17 in the program, but they need to be admitted while they are still 16. They live at the program located on Australian Avenue and 45th Street in West Palm. And, you know, we talked about our collaborative agreement with the school district for outpatient services with our co-located therapists. We also have another collaborative agreement with the school district to provide academic instruction to the youth in our program who attend a small school on site, just for those kids who are in the program. The nice thing about this collaborative arrangement is that, you know, their grades are able to be transferred when they're admitted and then transferred out when they complete the program. Of particular note, since we're focusing on summer issues, is that High Ridge is a year-round program. And, you know, thank you, Mr. Oswald, for advocating. And we do offer summer school this summer, and we're happy to have that. And if the kids can also be admitted, even if they don't need summer school, there's also an opportunity for them to have enrichment to, you know, prevent that summer slide. After school, they have a structured schedule that includes groups on coping skills, emotion regulation, and conflict resolution, communication skills. In addition, they also are having individual and family therapies on a weekly basis. Family therapy is a mandatory part of the program, you know, and because we really believe on the importance of developing healthier interaction styles within the family and healthy communication styles within the family for lasting change. And the other thing is that they go home every weekend. So everything that the kids are learning in the program, the parents are learning it through their family sessions, they're practicing it at home every weekend, and we're reviewing their process as they progress through the 3 to 4 months that they're with us. As you can see, we accept youth on medications, and we have a nursing staff to administer those medications, but they do need to be closely monitored by a community-based provider. We unfortunately do not have a psychiatrist on staff. So we work collaboratively with whoever is providing the medication for the youth in our nursing department. The other thing is that, you know, our focus, even though we're residential, it really is on prevention of crises and strengthening coping skills, you know, and we really want to reach these kids before, well, when the issues first arise, you know, rather than as a last resort. So please feel free to refer year-round for this free residential program. Some of the exclusionary criteria, because I know that's always important to folks, is, you know, we're having kids living together with other kids. So having felony or weapons charges, you know, is an exclusionary criteria. We have to focus on safety first. They also cannot be on probation or an ankle monitor, or in another big thing is if they need secure psychiatric, you know, intervention, then we're certainly not a psychiatric hospital, do not have a medical doctor on staff. So if they're acutely suicidal or a danger to others, then they would not be appropriate for our level of care. We don't have the staffing to manage that. And the other thing is if primarily they need substance use treatment, we are not that. Okay, moving on. Next slide, please. Just wanted to show you some data points about some of our services during the past fiscal year. We provided almost 120,000 hours of mental health services and reached over 7,000 individuals. We're very proud to report a 97% satisfaction rate and 96% reported increased resiliency and 94% felt like they could express their feelings better. And even one of our lower numbers is 88% believe that their family gets along better as a result of engaging in any of the services provided by youth services. So just wanted to share a little bit about that. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I wanted to also talk a little bit about our outreach and community programming division of youth services. This, like I said, is the department that coordinates, plans, and monitors programs and services and initiatives throughout Palm Beach County. There was recently a NOFO, a notice of funding opportunity, and we received 44 responsive proposals for the most recent NOFO, and 33 programs are being recommended to the BCC for proposed funding for 3 years, beginning October 1, 2025. The other thing that I thought might be of specific interest today is that our OCP division manages our summer camp scholarship program. For this summer, there are 98 summer camps available throughout the county, and so far, 4,118 scholarships have been awarded for youth to be able to attend summer programming throughout the summer free of charge. Registration for the general public has closed, but registration does remain open for our special populations, including unsheltered. And we've been, really successful in working with the McKinney-Vento program through the school district to increase the number of unsheltered youth who have been able to attend summer camps last summer, and we're looking forward to that same thing this summer. So those registrations remain open, as well as some of our other special populations, which include anyone in the foster care or dependency system, anyone in DJJ or even their siblings, and also anybody involved with the Bridges Summer Reading Program. And if anybody is interested in registering someone that they feel is still eligible for these summer programs, you can contact Tamia Williams at 561-242-5702. And I will, after the presentation, also, I can drop that in the chat. And then the other thing that's really fun during the summer is the Super Summer Spelling Bee that's hosted by YSD. And it's open to all the youth enrolled in our summer camp scholarship programs. This year, the event will take place on July 10th at Park Vista Community High School. So we always look forward to that. Okay, next slide, please. And then this slide I love because it's a great summary of everything that I've been talking about in terms of mental health services, with phone numbers, office locations, and even a QR code that takes you directly to the youth services webpage. And you can have the parent sign up for an appointment, and somebody will give them a call back and give them all the information about all of our programs and schedule an intake appointment with them. Parents or providers can fill out the request, but we definitely, prefer parents, but we will reach out as long as the parent is agreeable to you completing the request on their behalf. We will reach out and try to schedule them. And next slide, please. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Dr. Tyler, for your presentation and stepping in to make this happen for us. One small question: is there any other contact information for the youth services from the county? Will you be including that? Because I know you gave information about Ms. Williams, but I didn't hear for contact information.
Yes, I can drop that into the chat.
Thank you so very much.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing no other questions, we're going.
We have a hand raised, Rex Barnes.
Mr. Burns online? Barnes, pardon. Mr. Barnes online, questions?
Hi, yes, you can say my name however you want. It's fine. Hi, Dr. Twyla, Rex from Compass here. I had a quick question. This might be something we can talk more offline about High Ridge, but I was curious about what your protocols or policies are if you have, LGBT or and specifically trans clients with the inpatient residential. But if you want to talk offline, we can have that conversation at a later date.
I apologize. The landscaping is coming around my office if you hear some background noise, but I can answer that. We provide gender affirming care.
Love that answer. Perfect. I figured, but I just wanted to verify. So I just wanted to, find out the information. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Any online, Chief?
I don't see anybody, but clearly a lot of information in this presentation for your constituents.
Taylor, I apologize. I do have a quick question about the psychological evaluations. Is there a specific number that families could contact for that?
Yeah, it would be the Education and Training Center, which is on that handy slide that's up right now.
Okay.
Yes, and the issue is because we have a small department and we do the psychological evaluations through our clinical training program for psychologists, that the turnaround time is a little bit slower because they're very closely supervised. And the other thing is, if we open it up to the public at large, then we would have a wait list of thousands probably. So it is the psychological evaluations aren't a standalone service. They are a service that when you're receiving any other youth services programming, you can have somebody put in a request for a psychological evaluation. The other thing that we've done is we work with, through our OCP division, we have a number of community-based agencies that the county provides funding for. So if the child is involved in any of the community-based agencies that are funded through youth services, they are also eligible to receive that psychological evaluation.
Through any of the services, through youth services, you were saying?
Any of the
programs, if they're enrolled in any of the programs.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. The presentation will also be sent out to everyone on the email list also. So we'll be able to receive your presentation. Thank you again. Any other questions, just in case I missed?
Any last ones out there? A lot of information there for your constituents. We want to make sure you get that out.
Thank you so much. Seeing and hearing none, we're going to move the agenda towards Mr. Oswald for our new legislation information.
Yes. And thank you, Dr. Taylor, for being here again today. She did mention Get Your Green On Day. So for those of you who have green on, it is Mental Health Awareness. And I believe Ms. Kramer is at the Palm Beach County Commission meeting where they're doing a proclamation about Get Your Green On and the importance and the awareness around mental health and getting support when needed. And is that correct? They're doing that today, right?
Actually, I think she's at a department director meeting. These days are winding down with Virginia Baker's last few days before her retirement. And I think that the big proclamation and the bus unveiling was on May 6th. But then we will be May 20th providing the Board of County Commissioners everything mental health overview, a workshop presentation for the board on May 20th. with a special focus on youth mental health.
Okay. Well, again, thank you. We appreciate it. I will tell you that next week, Tuesday, May 20th, the Board of County Commissioners will receive a presentation from different partners around mental health. Back when the change with JFK North, one of the things that came out from their discussion is they'd like to know what is happening in Palm Beach County around mental health. So if you're interested in that, you can watch it online or go to the commission meeting. I believe it starts at 9 or 10.
9:30.
9, oh, in the middle. Okay. So it starts at 9:30. I will be there as well, just to share out with the school district as well as Dr. Mary Claire Mucinek around what we do to support youth, as well as a number of other agencies in the presentation. So I encourage, if you are interested in that, you can watch that. On to the legislation. Thank you again, Madam Vice Chair. So for what was told that it would probably be a slow session, has been nothing but, give me one second, I just want to fix the screen in here for us. Stop presenting so we can see who's here. Okay, so a number of bills I do want to talk to you about, just about what has come through. Hold on one second. Trying to change the layout here. Jonathan, can you help me on the layout here to match what I have on this screen? I'm not sure why I have a pinned. I want it to match this. Also, the information that Dr. Taylor put into the chat, Taisha, can you capture that so we could put it into the information being sent out later to everybody? Okay, thank you, Jonathan. So a number of bills that did come through. I'm not going to be able to hit everything. One thing, as you may or may not know, the session has been extended through June. There is a lot of disagreement. Right now, we still do not have a budget. One of the things we talked about in the last meeting was a concern around the cuts to the FTE funding for advanced coursework, to cut that in half, which is over $25 million, I believe, the impact for us here in Palm Beach County, in particular to our high schools. Obviously, that's an extreme significant amount of money. Right now, the House and the Senate are way apart in getting even close to some type of agreements. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And then layer in the governor as well. You can Google it and you can see the commentary that's going on between the House, the Senate, and the governor's office. Never seen something like this, but obviously there's concern if the budget is not passed by the end of June that there could be a government shutdown, if you haven't seen that. So it's been crazy. With that being extended, there could be changes, more changes in legislation. So if a bill that didn't go through, bless you, a bill that didn't go through could possibly still be brought forward. So I can tell you some things that we do know. Some have been signed, some haven't been signed by the governor. But the school start times, I know, is one that we watch closely that is being repealed, and districts can decide on that. As many of you know, there was a lot of concern around that, the impact of that for us here locally. So we're glad to hear about that. two bills that became train bills. For those of you who don't know what a train bill is where they contain a whole lot of different content and subject areas that just get swooped into a very large bill. Two big ones are 1105 and 1255. I believe they're both House bills that have gone through. Some good things in there, some not so good. Some of the good things that have seen. This is huge and will be well received, is the AP capstone. So advanced placement coursework is through College Board, as most of you know. So we've talked a lot about ACE and the increase in our ACE, which is through Cambridge University. Well, the AP capstone is finally getting recognized for a Bright Future scholarships. So when we talked about increasing the number of ACE diplomas, big piece of that, especially for some of our subgroups, was because of that Bright Future scholarship. Well, now the AP capstone will also meet that requirement. So it does require 6 AP courses with a level 3 or higher. 2 of those courses have to be AP seminar and AP research. So with that, and obviously there's some other GPA pieces. What are the other ones missing? Community service hours, those other pieces as well. But if you get those pieces, you will get the Bright Future. So that's pretty huge. Can also tell you that the AP exams are much less expensive than the ACE exams. Or working, yeah, for the community service hours. Also, what's good, if a student is currently enrolled in high school right now, it will allow you to get the AP capstone with 4 AP courses. So we have a good window to help a lot of students in our schools that we will have to work to support and address that. I did mention that Black Excellence has been that group has been focused on this. We will have to get this information out because this is going to be pretty exciting for a lot of families and those students looking to cover the cost for post-secondary education. In addition, they're not so good. There's a lot of information regarding charter schools and private schools and their ability. I don't have all the details, so I won't go. I'll just keep it at a high level, but their ability to have access to the use of surplus district facilities at no cost. So I don't have the details on that, but that's pretty significant. Also, within those, another significant change, I think it was 1105 or 1255. I don't remember which one, but anyway, cell phones. So cell phones is always a conversation. Cell phones in this particular bill, what they did was take the House and the Senate version and merge the two and kind of gave a little on each side. So what it requires is that K through 8, cell phones are to not be in use throughout the school day. So they can be on a student in their backpack, something like that, but they cannot be in use K through 8. So some of our schools, probably a majority of elementary, already do this. But this is putting in law. What it requires for high school right now is for a study of 2 large, 2 medium, 2 small districts to look at the effects of it and report back on. It doesn't preclude the school board or the district to do. We've seen, districts in Palm Beach County or throughout Florida, I mean, that have completely banned them throughout the day. K-12. Right now, we're moving forward with the K-8, obviously, in our policy. On May 28th, we'll be taking a policy to discuss this with the board. The board did have a discussion item at the last meeting. They were kind of split on where they stood about high school. I think the majority was leaning towards banning them. However, we are actually today, I'm going to be meeting with Mr. Tierney to meet with the high school principals to get their input on that, on what they so desire. So currently the law does require them to be put away during instructional time unless a teacher is allowing it. So that will be a significant impact for next year. Some other pieces, the bills also, again, 1205 and 1105 are merging in my head. So, but for the DOE to do some revisions to standards. So they're going to be looking at the standards, and so we could possibly have new standards in the future. That would not be for next year. Some requirements around intensive reading and those who are teaching intensive reading and some of what teachers need to have. There's also some information around students who are, which this was really interesting, students who are chronic misbehavior problems or disruptive behaviors. There's a couple other pieces to it. So it's now going to be in law that those students must be referred to the school-based team or child study team to be looked at for interventions, and parent notification to be part of that process to make sure interventions are happening, and as well as to look at if alternative education is an option for those parents. So I thought that was very interesting. In addition, it allows for a threat management team for students who've been expelled to extend the one-year expulsion period if there's a concern raised by a threat management team at the school. So that was interesting as well. Let's see if I forgot. So a lot of little different tidbits, like this will end up going to student progression, but the PE requirement, if a student's in band, if they're in 2 years of band, that can take place of their PE requirement, things like that. So that can help some students. What's that? That will become a law where if they're in band, the band can take place of PE. Thank you, Ms. Whitbeck. She need to leave. So that's a. There'll probably be more comment, but there were some significant things. Oh, one that's not so good. Sharing of revenue, the surtax revenue. I don't know exactly the details on that, but sharing those revenues with charter schools is required. I'm not sure how that's different from what we do already, but more of that in the future. So those are some of the updates to legislation. Any question on the legislation pieces? I do want to do a quick few other updates before I end. I don't see any hands raised. No questions on legislation. So in addition, I meant to mention this earlier, to the summer programs that you heard from both Ms. Howell as well as Dr. Taylor, the district's also doing some summer academic programs. So we'll have our typical, for our third graders who did not pass the FSAT or the FAST, they will have this SRA program, the Summer Reading Academy. There's also a Summer Bridge program, which I believe is to support second graders in some of our schools. Our students who are retained twice in their middle school are Jumpstart to skip a grade, so that's a longer program, which has had good success. Our ESE and ESOL programs and micro programs will also be continuing for the summer, and those students who have not met graduation requirements at our seniors and juniors high schools will be working on their campuses to continue to work on their credits that they need, and or if they need the SAT, ACT, or CLT for the requirement for algebra, as well as for English Language Arts 10th grade. That will also be happening on our high school campuses. And then also just wanted to announce that, we are well into graduations. It is graduation season, so be careful of Southern Boulevard throughout the next couple weeks. Congratulations to Vice Chair Cassandra Oliver, whose daughter graduated yesterday. I had the joy of being there yesterday from Royal Palm Beach High School. And if anybody else has any family members graduating, congratulations to you all as well. And then I do want to announce Deputy Superintendent Ed Tierney, in case you have not heard, he will be leaving the school district to become the superintendent of Monroe County Schools, otherwise known as the Keys. Not a bad gig, right? So we wish him well on his new adventure. And I'm sure there's more, but a lot going on, a lot that we'll continue to unpack with the legislation. I do want to plan on bringing in June some of the updates on the discipline data, and attendance data, and how that turned out with a number of the interventions that have been put in place from some of the grants that we did receive, that you all supported as well. Because we do meet in June, and then we take July off. That's all I have, unless there are any questions. Y'all are quiet today.
I don't have a question, but I would like to wish Chief a happy birthday on today. Today is Chief's birthday. Just so you guys didn't know, let's say happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm not celebrating anymore, but I'm trying to go backwards. Yes. And again, please do tune in if you need some inspiration, tune into the graduations and listen to some of these student speeches. They will definitely inspire you. Yes. This morning at Boynton Beach High School had some really amazing speeches, as well as yesterday. All right, I'll turn it back over to Vice Chair Oliver.
Thank you so much, Chief, for these updates. A lot to be considered and a lot to pay attention to as we're moving into wrapping up the year, and paying attention to make sure that our communities know what is happening in and within our school board. Congratulations to Mr. Tierney on his movement, and very much proud mom here for her graduating senior. Chief made it extra special for my daughter, and the picture that she came out with, she has posted on every media that she has her attention to, and tagged everybody she knows to say, look what I did and look what I got. So thank you so very much, Chief.
She liked the picture?
She loved the picture, and all of our family have reshared the picture. So we are very proud of her accomplishments and how you really made it special for her yesterday.
I embarrassed her when she was walking across the stage and told her to stop so I could take a picture. So she'd have the background of all the graduates. So
Absolutely
cool
awesome in social media world. So she is bragging and boasting, and we are very excited that you did that for her. Thank you so much. Moving on the agenda, please pardon me. I made a note, but back to the minutes. I was here last month. Pardon. Thank you for correcting that. I made a note and failed to say it out loud. And then today's meeting, I saw Mr. Ferguson also check in. I don't think we made it during attendance earlier. Is there anyone else online that we may have not captured for attendance?
So just to correct the minutes from last month, can we revisit that to have someone do a motion so we can properly reflect that?
Thank you so much. May I have a motion for someone to correct the minutes to include my attendance for last month.
Correctly to update the attendance.
I move that to be corrected with the necessary corrections.
Thank you, Ms. Beatty, and thank you, Mr. Rhodes, for those motions. It has been moved and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposers? The motion has carried and the corrections will be made to reflect in the minutes. Thank you so much, Ms. Hicks. And any other unfinished business? Any comments, queries, or concerns online? Seeing none in the room. Congratulations to all graduates for the class of 2025. The district is proud, and certainly this committee and the communities that are reflected from this committee are proud of all the achievements in all of our students. Southern Boulevard is definitely something to pay attention to throughout the day. Other than that, we return the balance of your day to you. The meeting is adjourned at 11:17. Thank you, everyone in the committee.
Thank you all.
And guests.